Hello everyone. We are from group Assessing Grammar, and today we will present our material. Before we go to the material, I will introduce our members group. Me, Yosepha Nanda as a moderator, and Gusti Nanda Harmiansyah, Fadia Aina Bakri, Mira Mastura, and Marla Yofina Prapasya. First presenter, time is yours.
Okay, so before we go to assessing grammar, we must know what is grammar first. So grammar is simply the collection of principles. It's defining how to put together a sentence by Chung and Pullum. And according to Larson Freeman in 2009, cited in Nozates in 2013, in the traditional approach to assessing grammar, grammatical knowledge is defined in terms of accurate production and comprehension and then assessed through the 4 skills. In the 4 skills of listening, speaking, reading, and writing, knowledge of grammar is at the center of language use. So it isn't surprising that for many years we believed that knowing a language meant knowing the grammatical structures of that language. And now, assessing grammar. In terms of assessment, grammar is the central to language description and taste-taker performance. This is the definition by Rimmer in 2009. And the conceptualization of grammatical knowledge consisted of 3 interconnected elements. The first one is grammatical forms or the structures of a language. The second is the grammatical meaning of those forms. And the last is their pragmatic meaning or use in a given context. Okay, next will be explained by my friend Gusti Nanda. Time is yours.
Alright, so thank you for the time. Okay, so here, actually I would like to explain about the goal of communicative language teaching. Okay, so as you know, the goal of communicative language teaching is to help the language learner communicate effectively in the real world. So, however, most communicative approaches recognize the grammatical competence to language use, therefore they advocate some attention to teaching grammar. And knowledge of grammatical is evaluated by its correct or appropriate use in communication through listening, speaking, reading, and writing in the language learner. Okay, next slide, please. So this slide will be explained. Presenter, so to the next presenter, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. So why assess grammar? And so among the many reasons we collected, 4 of the reason, the most common reason. And the first thing is assessing grammar can help to distinguish L2 knowledge in different variety of English proficiency, level, and context. And the second is it can help to determine student communicative and linguistic competence. And the third, it gives teacher an overview and strategies on how teacher facilitate their student to engage in learning grammar. And the last is grammar plays an important role in technological and information advancement. Okay, so that's all of the reason why we discuss grammar, and the next material will be explained by the next presenter. Thank you, yours.
Okay, thank you, Marla. How to assess grammar? There have 3 points. The first, grammar component assessment. So this point refers to the specific aspect of grammar that the task is designed to evaluate. So, it could be related to tenses, sentences, structure, punctuation, or any other grammatical element. And then the second one, information for the teacher. So this aspect relates to the insights or data that the teacher can gather from the task. For example, it might help the teacher understand the student's grasp of a particular grammar concept or identify common mistakes. And the last one, usefulness for the class. So this considers whether the task is beneficial for the class as a whole. Does it contribute to the students' learning experience and the teacher's teaching goals? So the answer could depend on the class-specific needs curriculum and objective. Okay, that's how to assess grammar. The next material will be presented by Marla.
Okay, thank you. So there are several ways to design an assessment task. And the first one is selective response, limited production, and extended production. And selective response means measure the knowledge of the grammatical form or meaning or even quote and score dictamously. And then we got limited production, which is linguistic or non-linguistic input, to use the limited response and can be scored mostly analytically or holistically, and then we got extended production. Input usually a set prompt help elicit authentic language, and use response are open-ended and can be scored to a rating scale or a Euclid example. For its direct response types, multiple choice, and then for a limited production, we got fill the blanks or short answer, and then extended production, we got the dialogue assignments. So there is over my self-exploration, and for the detail will be explained by Gusti, Nanda, and Fadia. I'm sure.
Okay, so next slide, please.
Okay, this is about selected response that I'm the one who will explain about this type of assessment. The kind of selected response is like multiple choice test. So what is the multiple choice test? Is the most common selected response test presents a blank or underlined words in a sentence, and the test taker must choose the correct response from given options. The advantages of multiple choice tests are that they are easy to administer and score, and also there are also disadvantages from this kind of assessment, that they are difficult to create and can promote guessing by test taker and are sometimes viewed as not representing authentic language use. For the example, the number I blah 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 basketball every Sunday. So there also a bunch of multiple answer that we have to guess which one the correct answer. Like play, B playing, C was play, or B or D I'm play. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, the other type of the selected response is discrimination tests. Discrimination tests are another type of selected response tests that ask the test taker to attend to input. The first one, attend to input that can be either language or non-language, and the second, to respond in the form of a choice between or among contrasts or opposites, such as true or false, right or wrong, or same or different. Discrimination items are used to measure the difference between two similar areas of grammatical knowledge, such as pronouns in subject and object options. This is the example of true or false assignment. Like place a T on the blanks if you think the statement is true, and place an F on the blanks if you think the statement is false. The number one, like we have a blanks to fill T or F if you think a preposition is always followed by a noun, and same as like number two and also number three. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, the third kind of this selected response is noticing test or consequences raising tests, contain a wide range of input in the form of language or non-language and are considered particularly helpful for learners. In these types of tests, test takers are asked to indicate, underline, or circle that they have identified a specific feature in the language sample. For example, like direction, in the following passage, underline would when it is used to refer to the habitual past. Circle it when it refers to the present or future. Okay, another paragraph of this kind of assignment you guys can read by your own self. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, this slide is going to be presented by next presenter. For Gusti Nanda, screen is yours.
Okay, so okay, guys. So we actually know about three types of selected type of assessment. Okay, in this slide, I would like to explain to you about how to designing assessment tasks in limited production. Okay, the first of all is gap filling task. Gap filling task, the limit is presented in the form of sentence, dialogue, or passage in which number of words are deleted. The test taker must choose the appropriate point for the duration or gap test and the context in which language is presented, like grammatical form or maybe grammatical form and also the meaning. So, for example, as a given script, like Stella often goes to the movies, blah blah blah, telling her parents. So, in this example, we actually do words, the number of words are deleted to complete it. So, it is the type of test gap filling task. And the second one is short answer task. We actually even got this type of task. So this type of task, the input is presented in the form of a question following reading passage or oral, or maybe also visual stimulus. And the expected test taker response from single word to sentence or two. And the last one from limited productions is dialogue completion. The input is presented in the form of a short conversation or dialogue, in which a part of the exchange or the entire exchange is left blank and the expected response meant to be grammatically correct. So this type of task also in several of our assignments, or maybe we can do this assessment for our student and we actually ever to do work this type of dialogue completion. And we need to complete both the dialogue with grammatically correct. Okay, next slide, please. So this slide is going to be explained by the next presenter. So to the next presenter, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, Nanda. Okay, I will start again my presentation. The kind of designing assessment can be like extended production, such as information gap task, and also role play or simulation tests. I will explain first for the information gap text. Presents the input in terms of incomplete information. That is, one test taker is given half or some of the information and another test taker is given complementary information, both tests. Both test takers then have questioned each other to get all the information, like grammatical form, meaning, and pragmatic use. And the second is about role play or simulation tests. The input presents test take a language or non-language prompt that asks them to take on a role or stimulate a situation to solve a problem, make the decision, or perform some transaction collaboratively, like grammatical form, meaning, and also pragmatic use. Yosepha, screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, Fadia. I think that's all from presentation from our group members. Thank you.